So I'm looking for this background. What I'm looking to do is get more depth and kind of an infinitive background, the one that keeps going. A lot of people don't understand that. They think lighting creates depth, and lighting does not create depth. Lighting defines depth, so that if you have, say, layers of background, a lot of depth in the background and layers of it, having the sun coming from behind can show those layers and define those layers. So the lighting can define the depth, and certainly we know that shadow recedes and highlight comes forward. We know that because we've all learned that about lighting. But I'll give you a piece of wisdom here that it's just going to sound so wise. It's like if you want depth, you just need to have depth in the background. That's all it is. So I look for backgrounds that continue. I don't now, although if something has texture to it, like if it's like architectural, we've got a barn over here behind us. I may use that in a minute, I don't know. You know, something that's architectural, that can add an element that's different. But as far as just a scenic background, I want depth in the background. So I'm going to get that through having depth. So what I've done is I've brought Madeline over here where I can kind of see this, just this background goes forever. Matter of fact, from where she is to the back of that background is probably a city block or 2 city blocks away from her. And so it just keeps going. So that's what we're looking for. We want depth to create depth, lighting to define it. So let's see what our exposure might be here. And then we're going to find the right light. It's brighter here. I've got her out in the open a little more. All right, so I'm looking at about a 60th at between 2.8 and 4, or really closer to 4, and then 1/25th at 2.8. So we'll just kind of see what that looks like. So what we're doing lighting-wise, we have light overhead, but I'm trying to subtract as much light as I can using this tree here. So that's creating the shadow on her left side of her face. So you can see the left side of her face, the lighting is really has some shape to it. Now, we have a lot of open sky over here, so I'm counting on that kind of opening the eyes up. If not, I'll have Beverly come in with just a little bit of a reflector. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay. Turn your body toward this way, feet and all. Just feet and all, just face that way. Now cross your feet for me just a little bit. Okay, turn your shoulders back toward me. Well, right there. All right. Face turn just a little bit more. Thank you. Come forward a bit, just, come on. I'm just watching come on. Yeah, it's getting spottier. Go back. Keep going back. And over just a little bit. Okay, well, now, there you go. Okay, what I'm doing is just trying to get a little of that sun off of her body. I've got her turned too far, but I'd rather turn her body too far and then twist her shoulders back. Yeah, that gives a little more movement to the portrait. It's got a lot better feel to it. I like this a lot better. Get you in focus. Turn toward me a little bit more with your, well, right there, stop. Face just a little bit more. See, keep going. What I'm doing, I'm turning her head a long way to make sure that that light that's spilling on her hair is not spilling on her face. Eyes right up here for me. Well, stay with me. Beautiful. I'm keeping my lens at 200 millimeter, and so that I get as small a background and as shallow a depth of field as possible. Beautiful. Dodging the cars in the background, turn your body toward me, turn your body away from me. Whoa, a little more, right there. Face turned just a touch, right here.